Hello everybody and welcome back to Stellaris, where we have some work to do. We have way too many starbases right now, and we need to get rid of a bunch of them. We need to do some economic balancing and some jobs work, but we also need to crush the Skanurians. And I expect that crushing to go fairly swiftly here. We have a lot of fleet work that we need to do, and we actually need to restore some of this. Let's go ahead and hit that reinforce all button. 200k in terms of alloys to get that back up. And we are currently at 3,400. A lot of that is coming from the Ubzant, I'm willing to bet. I want to check what their agreement is. Integration is permitted, good. They have limited diplomacy, their expansion is prohibited. They're not currently giving us any of this. Okay, so this is all just from freshly annexed territory then. Got it. They're called into all Overlord conflicts. We're only called into defensive subject conflicts. We have a holding that we can build in their territory, and they have independent sensors, so that's fine. That's all okay. I'm wondering, are they in this war automatically? They are not. The war was created before they were vassalized. Can we call them into the war? No. Okay, noted. For now, we're going to work on improving relations with them. They are disloyal, and we're going to need to work on that. We have terrible relations with us. They are not happy with us, and I wonder why. It's going to take them 800 years to get over the fact that we neutron swept their world. That's actually hilarious. Okay, well, that's fine. For the time being, that's completely cool. So we've got the Tharboritan Imperium here. They're disloyal as well. They're less angry at us. It's going to take them 80 years. So we're going to improve relations with them as well. We'll send Carlos Romero to that. And then we need to come up to the Emor's Republican Sons. Oh, hello. Emor's Republican Sons. They're doing much better. We're going to improve relations with them as well. We'll send Guldorn here. Perfect. Okay. So at this point, we need to think about our economy. We are negative on the following: energy credits, minerals, food, consumer goods, and unity. Volatile motes, exotic crystals, and exotic gases and rare crystals are probably due to us having our edicts on, which I suspect that we can now turn off. So we'll get those turned off, and we'll see what that updates to. We haven't run a month tick. Some of these numbers are going to be incorrect, but we definitely do need to get rid of some of these stations. So this is an anchorage here. And I would prefer to keep around anchorages where possible. This is a defense station that really doesn't need to be a defense station anymore. So we'll downgrade that. Same with this one. Groknor can be gotten rid of as well, but it has an active construction queue. We'll cancel that cruiser and we'll queue that up somewhere else. So we'll downgrade this and we'll downgrade this. Bediza here is an anchorage that I would prefer to keep around for the moment, if we can. This is a trade station, which I think is decent. We'll get rid of Hicklum, which no longer needs to exist. Arcturus no longer needs to exist either. That's a trade station. Okay, we're getting into territory that we had previously here. So Wenya can be gotten rid of. What else? These are all, I think, okay. This no longer needs to be a defense station. We'll downgrade that. Uwarin does not need to be a defense station. Okay, we don't need that one. I feel like we don't need this one either, nor do we need Maz. Orthama is maybe something that we still want. Kerbal we can absolutely get rid of. And we can actually terraform this world. We should get started on that when we can, but we can't right now. And that's for obvious reasons, financial reasons. We'll get rid of Yon Station, which is one that we built previously. Beta Aquila is okay, I think. Let's see what that puts us at. Okay, we need to get rid of one more. Sure. What do we have? Probably something out over here, like Rankshan. That's a trade station. I feel like that's okay. Soyu is a shipyard. We probably don't need it. I think we can safely downgrade that. Okay, so that puts us at 92. Beautiful. Let's go ahead and reinforce these fleets again. And now we need to go through our jobs. So this is a mining world. Fair enough. With a bunch of robots on it. But we need a lot of jobs here. Okay, so we're going to put in a mineral purification plant. And we're going to max out our mining districts here. That will help our mineral situation. Okay, we've got this forge world. This is an alloy nano plant that is ruined here. We should probably repair this, but there's insufficient building slots. Okay. We should replace our robot assembly complex here with a Ministry of Production. We have a housing issue here. This is going to be a little awkward. I think we get rid of our synthetic crystal plant and replace that with some luxury housing. That'll give us +3 housing, and we'll go ahead and do that for now. So we'll come back to that one. That'll require additional work, I think, after we get that done. But we can upgrade that housing, and that should be okay. So this industrial world here, we absolutely put in an industrial district. That'll be fine. This is currently set up as an industrial world, and we'll just go ahead and make that be a thing. There we go. Actually, we could set this over to being a factory world, and that would probably be better off for us right now. So for the moment, that'll be fine. Let's continue to go through these jobs and see what else we need to do. We have a lot of cleanup work to do with having won this war, right? So that's not shocking. This trade station requires housing, and a trade district would solve that. So for the moment, that seems okay. What else do we have going on here jobs-wise? We need housing on this colony. Fair enough. I'm going to put in a city district. On this forge world, we need housing. It's not much of a forge world, is it? I'm going to replace this with a civilian industry. And then we're going to build an industrial, and we're going to make this a factory world instead. So an industrial district first, then the civilian industry. And that should do for now. What else do we have here? So far, not a lot. Ah, here's stuff. Okay, so this trade station needs a demotion. There's not much to do there. This trade station also needs a demotion. This forge world needs housing. Okay, we'll replace this exotic gas refinery for the moment with... That's interesting. Okay, I was thinking about maybe an ancient refinery. We could replace the hyper entertainment forums with an ancient refinery. And then we would need some housing here. And a job. This is going to require a job as well. So we're going to need 2 jobs, which I think means we're going to need migration. If we were to replace this with luxury housing, that means it will be 2 jobs short. But I feel like that's okay for now. We'll come back to that one. Okay, so we've got a bunch more worlds here to do. We've got this commercial ring world. It mostly just needs a demotion. I would like to change this over to a factory world. Okay. We've got this commercial ring world. This one we're going to make be an agriculture ring world. Because we're going to need a little bit of extra food. I'm going to put in a food processing facility and an agricultural segment. Okay. This is already an agriculture ring world. Never mind. I'm changing my mind here. We're going to make this then go back to being a commercial ring world. That seems okay. So we'll put in a galactic stock exchange then. Cool. So this agriculture ring world here, all we're going to do is we're going to toss in, well, instead of this robot assembly complex, we're going to toss in a food processing facility, and then we'll put in an agricultural segment. This is already set up as an agricultural ring world. This one we're going to change over into being a factory world. And we can't immediately put in a Ministry of Production here, but we can put in an industrial segment. And that will do the trick there. This is set up as a trade station, and it requires housing and 3 jobs. A trade district would solve that. So we'll go ahead and do that. We've got this trade station here that just requires housing. A trade district would solve that as well. We've got this urban world. I'm going to replace the robot assembly plant here with a civilian industry. There's also crystal mines that we can get here, and that is not a terrible thing. And we're going to change this over into being an industrial world. Okay. So we definitely could use another mining world. There's no doubt about that. This is a research station right now. It doesn't really need to be one. I'm going to make it be an industrial station, and we're going to put in a monument here. Cool. This is set up as a forge world currently. It's not much of a forge world, to be honest. It's more of a research world. And I'm going to make it be a research world. So we'll swap that to be a tech world. And we're going to get rid of the hollow theaters and replace those with a research institute. Cool. That should give us that ruler job as well. So we've got this agri world here, and we can now see the bottom of this. Fantastic. This agri world is really going to be better off being a factory world. We'll replace our robot assembly complex with a civilian industry, and we'll also put in a monument and an alloy foundry here. That'll be fine for now. This is set up as a foundry station. We can replace our robot assembly complex with a monument, and that'll be fine for now. We can also put in an industrial district. This forge world, what do we have here? Robot assembly complex? Okay. There's not a lot that can be done here. We can replace a research lab with a luxury housing to help take the edge off of that issue, but we're going to need migrations here, so that's fine for now. This mining world just needs an upgrade here, and it being a mining world, I want to replace this robot assembly complex with a mineral purification plant and max out those mining districts. There we go. We've got this urban world. This would make another good mining world, and I think that's exactly what we want. So we're going to put in a mining setup here. We're going to swap over this research lab to a mineral purification plant and max out the mining districts. There we go. Now we've got this urban world, which I feel like... Do we have access to, like, Betharian plants here? No, is the answer. Okay. Well, that's fine. We can replace our robot assembly complex for now with a unity generator, like the monument. And it might not be a bad idea to have this be set up as a unification center, where we're going to put in a couple of admin offices, like that. We've got 24 available jobs. I don't know if robots can work these jobs, but we're going to queue all of that up. This factory world needs housing and jobs. I'm going to replace this research lab with an alloy foundry. I'm going to replace this research lab with a civilian industry, and then we're going to build a bunch of industrial districts. We need a number of jobs here, so that'll be fine. This generator world for right now only needs a planetary capital. This urban world, we can upgrade our hypercoms forums, replace this with... I'm actually going to make this into a mining world. It's going to be a slightly awkward mining world, but it'll be a mining world nonetheless. We are going to make this be... No, you don't need to automate it. There you go. We're going to make this be a mining world and build all of these. We'll build it into other things a little later on. Okay, this generator world. I think this is completely fine to remain as a generator world. And no Betharian plant here. Okay, noted. So we're going to need instead the energy grid And we're going to max out the generator districts here. Cool. That should give us some jobs anyway. And we've got this urban world. We need a housing and jobs here. I think another generator world makes sense here. Unfortunately, I don't think we have any Betharian here, but that's fine. So let's just go ahead and max out our generator districts here as well. There we go. We've got a mining world here. That's perfect. I want to replace this robot assembly complex with a monument. And then build all of these. Where was that unification world that I built up over here? This one. I'm going to cancel this admin office and instead put in an auto-curating vault there. And we'll make that be the top. Actually, I don't think I made that be the top, but whatever. It's close enough. So this is a mining world, and upgrading to planetary capital would be good. And then we'll put in this mining district. Yeah, that should do the trick. And then we've got this foundry station here. This is going to require migration. There's no way around that. Okay. Looks good. So now we need to work on our fleets. All of these guys are going to group together right now at Seoul. That's all of our armies. And then our fleets are definitely limited in size right now. Do we attack here? We do. The Kingdom of Yonderim has closed their borders to us. We don't. Okay. So that's fine for now. These guys require orders, and that's the 4th and the 8th. They are going to, like, come out over this direction and eliminate the Skanurians up here. So they'll do that. Cool. Now we've got the 6th and the 5th that are sitting here. They are responding to this force. So that's okay. Otherwise, what are these guys doing? This is 3 fleets, and I feel like we can pull 1 out of here and send that one to respond perhaps up over here. Yeah, that seems okay. Cool. And then we've got these guys that are moving to repair in Altair. Yeah, they can repair. I'm completely content with this. And of course, we're going to need to settle over here in Tuagawa, and we should do so. That said, we are lacking the alloys. So the month tick happens, and we see we're quite positive on our energy credits. Low habitability? Hang on, don't do that. Okay. We'll work on terraformations later. So that'll be fine. We'll need to build up some energy credits for that. Okay. So these guys are chilling here in Azjak. And where are we going to send them? Well, we're not going to order this guy, but the other units, they can head over to Raltree for right now. We can't actually go there because of the Great Zadran Mandate closing their borders to us. So we're actually going to have to send them over this way as well. They'll go a different route, but that'll be fine. These guys are ready to start pushing in over this direction, but they can't make it past this FTL inhibitor. So we're going to want to either bombard or we're going to want to jump drive past. And for the moment, I think bombardment is okay.
Joined. Our enemies hurl themselves at one of our planets.
All of these guys are going to group together and merge.
The enemy dares to occupy one of our planets.
There we go. So all of those merge together. The 6th fleet is, of course, chilling over here. They're no longer needed over on this side. So we may want to have them come over here and attack Yildun. And I think that's fine. We'll do it. We're going to continue to reinforce our fleets, of course. And now that we're making, like, 50% more in terms of our alloys, yeah, the Skanurians are not going to do well here. That's all there is to it.
The enemy is targeting one of our stations.
Yeah, they're going to attack out over here. That's fine. They can do that for the moment. We're not too concerned about it. Month tick is ongoing. We are a little concerned about our economy, no doubt about that, but we've got some time here. A little bit of time, anyway. Not as much as I'd like, particularly with regard to consumer goods.
Destroyed one of our spaceports.
But we are working pretty heavily on the consumer goods, and we'll get back to that soon enough. So the 7th and the 20th, I want them to make their way down this direction. I know that we already have forces in this area. And the Transport Fleet 73, I would like it to start cleaning up some of the fronts over here, right? So I'd like it to come into, like, Azjak and land on Azjak Prime. Yeah, that should be fine. Go ahead and do that.
The enemy dares to occupy one of our planets.
Yeah, they're attacking
The
up over here.
cowards have
We're moving to
destroyed
deal
one
with
of our
that, and
spaceports.
we'll arrive soon
Beginning
enough.
attack run on enemy station.
Fantastic. We're now focusing entirely on the Skanurians, for the record. They're attacking up over this way. It's fine, I think. Not too concerned about that. Month tick is ongoing. Oh, wow. I just looked at the clock while that month tick was going for the episode runtime. We're already 20 minutes into this episode. We had a lot of work to do at the beginning, no doubt about that. I didn't realize it was that much work. Okay. The 8th Fleet requires orders. It is up here in Rasnum with the 4th. So we're going to select both of these, and they're going to just push in, like so, to Thoth. Cool.
They are assaulting our spaceport.
Oh yeah, they're going to do that.
Run on enemy station.
Absolutely, they're going to assault our spaceports. We're going to actually have these guys head out to Aviar, and that'll be fine. We're coming in from multiple angles on them, and we just want to lessen the number of fronts, but honestly,
Beginning attack run on enemy station.
the messiness of the borders are going to cause us some
destroyed
problems
one of our
with that.
spaceports.
So it'll be a little bit before we get all of that under control. The 6th and the 5th are going to move into Hian, like so. And we're attacking Bulthar, and then we're going to hit down over this way. There won't be any major problems with this war, I don't think. They chose their time to attack well, but they chose that they attacked poorly. So that's fine. So we're going to land on Azjak Prime. This is not going to be very complicated for us. And we're pushing our way through a lot of these locations. The 1st and 3rd require orders. This is actually the 7th and 1st. I feel like they're not needed over here, to be quite honest. I feel like these guys have it under control, the 3rd. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to go respond here. We actually can't get there. We can go out over here and jump drive in, though. And that's what we're going to have to do for now. So the 3rd Fleet is chilling here, and I want it to move into, like, Sorsamax. And then from there, it can push its way through all of this. Like so. The 7th is out over this way requiring orders, and we're going to push in here. We are, of course, giving battle in Hian, and we fully expect to win this. Remember, they can't reinforce their fleets anywhere near as quickly as we can.
Our warriors are victorious.
Our economy is so much stronger than theirs. It's insane.
Beginning attack run on
I say as our economy is having some issues, but that's just because we annexed a bunch of stuff. This number is not accurate. There we go. That's a bit more like it. We'll go ahead and reinforce our fleets here, and we are attacking down over this way. Are we going to win that? We should probably bring in reinforcements. I'm not convinced that we win this. It kind of depends on how much of this fleet we're able to eliminate. These guys are trying to run. Okay, we might be fine then. They could have won this, I think.
Our enemies hurl themselves at
But they decided to run, and we're going to make our way into Bijal very soon and catch that fleet. So this is fine. I'm actually surprised that we won this battle, but cool. I like it. That's absolutely great. Month tick is ongoing here, and we are running low on consumer goods. We're definitely going to need to buy in a few. We'll buy in 5,000. That will buy us some time. And we're going to need to go through our jobs again pretty soon, but I will save that, I think, until next episode. So that'll be okay. Consumer goods upkeep. Okay, I don't love it, but sure. So we're going to hit this fleet here, and actually they jumped back in. But at this point, they're pretty much too late, and we're going to have reinforcements coming in very shortly. The 4th and the 8th require orders, and their orders are what? We pretty much cleared this up. The 1st and the 7th were intended to jump drive in here, and that's exactly what they're going to do. I want to check up over this way. Do they have anything up here? I mean, that's a pirate fleet. Okay. I think we come in over this way then. Fantastic. So that's all looking good. I feel like we've got this extremely under control now. So, other locations, well, we need to take out this front. That's definitely one that we need to hit. We'll do that after this, I think. I'm just trying to think right now about where we want these guys to go. And maybe we want to go start hitting the core Skanurian territories. 6151? That's a lot. Maybe we don't want to hit there exactly. But in like Heian, perhaps? 1880? That should be more doable. We'll take some losses from it, but I think it's fine. So we are attacking over here. And we're going to win this. If we look at the relative stats here, they're inferior to us now, and their economy is inferior as well. This is not going well for them at all. I don't know why they thought that this was a good idea. I really, really don't. But okay, we're going to take over the Skanurians. It is time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And next episode, we are going to spend less time overhauling our economy, although we still need to get rid of a starbase, and I think this one is a good one to do. There we go. That will be better. We're still going to need to work on our economy a bit, but things have improved. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including ALS Gamer, James, Shadowwolf, Enlohan80, Kentogan, Spartan News, Nick Smarty, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, Rogue Corvid, Anna the Elephant, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.